about concealed carry on UNF, and should you be worried when it gets enacted. We're going to discuss some of the common misconceptions about concealed carry that I got from a philosophy class where we discussed UNF concealed carry. The reason this is important to you because if you are not a senior, then chances are the Florida State Legislature will pass concealed carry on college campuses before you graduate. So before you graduate, people will be carrying concealed weapons on UNF. The biggest thing we're going to discuss today is UNF students' misconceptions. And like I said, I got this from a philosophy class where we discussed this, and people who did not know about guns in general had, to me, what was outrageous misconceptions about concealed carry. So I thought we would discuss that a little bit. So, one of the common misconceptions was that if people are allowed to conceal carry on campus, that UNF would track them. That is not going to happen. The state of Florida allows concealed carry. State of Florida does not track people. UNF will not track people. And one of the questions the student had was, well, how are we going to make sure people are safe if they don't know who's carrying concealed weapons? My answer to that is simple. You don't know now. It's an open campus. There's no metal detectors on campus. You can walk into any building carrying pretty much whatever you want, and nobody will know the difference. The other item was people storing guns on campus. So, according to College US News ranking and reviews, only 21% of UNF students live on campus. Those 21% are probably freshmen and sophomore. So you're looking at 17-year-olds to 19-year-olds, maybe. There might be a couple of outliers there, but that's basically your age range. The age of concealed carry in Florida is 21. So this does not apply to almost any student in a dorm because they don't meet the age requirement. It's a moot issue. Another common misconception was, which was stated in class but was also brought up by a legislator somewhere, was that students away from home for the first time would be in a new environment and they would be carrying weapons into this environment. And the point that I just made goes to this point too. 18, 19, 17-year-olds, they're not allowed to conceal carry. They're not allowed to get their permits. You're not allowed to get your permit until you're 21 years of age. So it's a moot point. It's not going to happen. By the time you've been on campus and hit the age of 21, you've probably been here for at least 3 years. Maybe 2, but usually 3 years. You already know the lay of the land. You already know what's going on. So it's not going to be a new experience for you. And my favorite one, allowing guns on campus will turn classroom debates or arguments with teachers into crime scenes. Everybody thinks that once someone gets a concealed carry and they start carrying a weapon, that as soon as someone disagrees with them, they're going to go on a killing spree and shoot everybody. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. And I'll give you some statistics about that in a minute. All right, for my examples, I wanted to go back and get universities that have had concealed carry for a long time. And because concealed carry on college campuses is a pretty new thing, there's really only a couple statistics that I could give you. So what I decided to do was give you 2 examples of colleges with concealed carry and 1 example of a college that does not allow concealed carry. So my first example is from the Idaho Reporter, done in February 2014. It was done because Idaho was getting ready to pass concealed carry. And they studied Utah, and Utah State University in specific. Utah State University is a school with over 20,000 students enrolled. So every semester there's 20,000 students on campus. They have had concealed carry for 10 years. 10 years, 20,000 students per semester. According to officials at the Utah State University, there have been no threats or any kind of incidents except for the occasional call that someone was carrying a concealed weapon when somebody's shirt pulled up where it printed the gun and somebody saw it and they called the police. And in that case, they just went and checked and made sure they were licensed to carry a concealed weapon, and nothing came of it. The second example is from the Washington Post in April 2015, and they were studying Colorado University. Colorado University has allowed concealed carry for 12 years. They have a student body of 30,000 students. So 30,000 students a semester over 12 years. There have never been any problems caused by licensed carriers at Colorado State University. No, doesn't happen. So where's all these bloodbaths? The fake news just jumps out and says, oh, it's going to be a bloodbath. It doesn't happen. The statistics are right there. All you have to do is look for them. The third statistic I'm going to give you is from a college that doesn't allow concealed carry. I got this from CNN.com. They did a roundup of this incident in March of 2016. So on 16 April 2007, for those of you who are not up to speed with this, at Virginia Tech, a campus where they did not allow concealed carry, a student walked onto campus with a firearm and proceeded to kill 32 of his fellow students. So there's your bloodbath in a college with no concealed carry. That's where the bloodbaths happen. Now, I want to give you another statistic. Everybody says guns kill people. You know, I've owned guns for probably 15 years, and as far as I know, my gun has never went out and killed anybody. I mean, he could have snuck out and killed somebody when I wasn't looking, but as far as I know, he hasn't gone and killed anybody. People kill people. Guns don't kill people. So in 2014, according to the CDC, the last year that they have statistics for, motor vehicle accident deaths were 35,000. People driving cars were responsible for 35,000 deaths. Gun deaths are 33,000. So gun deaths are less than car deaths. And gun deaths actually include people who commit suicide. They decided to include those numbers in gun deaths. The actual gun deaths of people who are trying to kill other people is actually 11,000. It's 1/3. 1/3 of the deaths caused by cars are caused by guns. And they're both tools. So the point is, you as a UNF student should research it. Get all your facts before you go freaking out about concealed carry on campus. So what is our solutions? The best solution for these facts is for the police and the FBI to start putting out better information, especially how many crimes are prevented by having guns, what percentage of gun deaths are caused by concealed carry holders defending their lives or the lives of their loved ones or somebody else. Your personal solution could be go out and get the facts. Don't believe what the fake news is reporting. That they have an agenda, that's what they're reporting. They're not reporting facts. Go get the facts. When you look at the facts about guns, you'll realize that guns are tools. They don't kill people. Thank you.